Hey guys, oh my gosh, almost knocked this over. Christmas! Anyways, welcome back to another episode. Thank you for joining me here again. This week, I'm so pumped again for this week's episode. I'm continuing with this athletes and eating disorders conversation, and I'm gonna talk about the importance of a strong, healthy heart. I've mentioned my story with my low heart rate before, but I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth today and tell you guys why a nice, strong, good heart rate is important for everyone, and especially athletes. But before we get into this fantastic, amazingly awesome topic, please just make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and connect with me on all my socials, which are linked down below. That's it. Here we go. Let's get into this week's fantastic episode. All right, so I've talked a little bit before on previous episodes about my low heart rate and how I thought it was attributed to being an endurance athlete. And once I was trying to get into program, I quickly found out that a low heart rate can actually be really, really dangerous. And so what I mean by a low heart rate is, like, for me, for example, when they did my EKG, which I don't actually know what that stands for. Maybe I'll put it up here. Who knows? My heart rate was 35. Woohoo! And that was really low. I always was told that having such a low heart rate was okay, it was fine. It's like, hey, you're an endurance athlete, good on you, you're in shape. But no, it's a sign of complete malnourishment. And having a heart rate in the 40s and even the 30s in my case is quite dangerous. I'm gonna get to that, but I kind of want to share how scary that experience was for me. When I was getting into program, you have to go through a physical because it's a partial hospitalization program, so it's not a full hospital. So if anything were to happen to you, they basically just want to make sure that you are in healthy conditions so that you don't die on them. Scary thoughts, but it's true. So anyways, once I got my EKG back and it said, your heart rate is 35, I got a call from them and they said that they wanted me to go to the ER. They told me that that heart rate could kill me, and they didn't feel comfortable admitting me into program because they didn't want me to collapse on them. When I got that call, I flipped the flip out. I was so scared. I called my parents. I was like, I don't know what to do. They're telling me I have to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital. I just want to go to program and get better, but I can't. And I was talking to my dad, and since he's a doctor, I was like, Dad, what do I do? And he's like, I don't know, I think you're fine. And so I was like getting this from him, and then the program was like, no, you're not. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. So basically what I did was I had to go to a cardiologist and get my heart checked out, and everything on there looked tip-top shape. And I was like, program, you're crazy. My low heart rate means I'm an athlete. I've always been told this. I did research on the Google, and it told me that having a low heart rate as an endurance athlete is fantastic. But what the heck is a low heart rate? A low heart rate is in the 50s, not the 40s or the 30s. So now that my little TED Talk is done on my low heart rate and why it was so scary, I want to kind of give just a brief overview as to what a low heart rate actually is telling you. It doesn't mean you're in shape, it means you are malnourished. I cannot emphasize that enough. I keep saying that, but it's true. I want everybody to be aware of this because it's so common for doctors to praise you for having such a low heart rate, but it's super, super dangerous, and it is one of the main signs of malnutrition. So here is why having a low heart rate is so bad. Amazing book called Intuitive Eating. It is fan-flippin-tastic, guys. It's truly a revolutionary approach to eating and how to honor your hunger, and it's been super helpful and extremely challenging to become an intuitive eater, but it's been something that I've been working on. I was reading earlier today and it was discussing how being on like a low carb diet can be really, really bad for your body, and they talked about that good old muscle called the heart, and why being underfueled and having a low carbohydrate storage can kill you. So I'm actually just gonna read it out. I'll link the Amazon link down below so that you guys can check it out and hopefully get the book too. It's not sponsored, but hey, free publicity. Okay, so like I said, they were talking about why having low carbohydrate storage is not good for the good old ticker. Okay, and they continue. Even the vital heart muscle is burned as fuel. Sadly, this is part of the reason that people on low-calorie diets have died, because of cardiac wasting. Your heart is literally wasting away when you're underfueling yourself. Even when the heart muscle is deteriorating, it still has to keep up the same amount of work with less power and at a slower heart rate, hence having a low heart rate due to malnutrition. Oy. In essence, the cannibalized heart muscle has to work harder with a smaller, faulty engine. Pumping performance is not reduced in proportion to the amount of heart tissue lost. The bottom line, adequate carbohydrates and energy are important. Oh my gosh, your heart rate is cannibalizing itself. It is using itself against you when you're underfueling yourself. It is trying to take anything it can out of your body to keep you functioning. And so it's still needing to do the same amount of work, but like the book said, it has less energy to do so. That's so hard for your body. And it took me a really long time and some radical acceptance, thank you DBT skills, to actually believe that my low heart rate was due to malnutrition. I fully bought onto the idea that I had a strong, healthy heart, and even a cardiologist told me I did. But if you looked inside my body, I could guarantee you my heart was pretty close to failing. That's really scary. I'm in my 20s, 23 to be exact, but who's counting? Actually 23 and a half. My half birthday was a few weeks ago. Gummy. And as such a young person, it's really scary to think that your heart could fail on you. You hear that with people who are older, like they have heart attacks. But if you're underfueling yourself, if you have anorexia like I did, your body is using itself against you to keep itself going. In my case, my heart was getting used, muscles were getting deteriorated, essential bone minerals were getting pulled out of my bones because I wasn't having a period. So my body was using itself against me to keep me going. Why do I bring a low heart rate up in athletics? Like I mentioned before, and I can't harp on this enough. Doctors, if you see a heart rate that's in the 40s, in the 30s, that is a sign of malnutrition. And it can be really hard to keep up with the amount of energy you're expounding when you are exercising, when you are in season. It's a lot of work to refuel yourself. Learning to listen to those signals, honoring those hunger cues, which is an intuitive eating principle, then your body will get enough fuel storage. So there it is. There's my little TED talk on importance of a good, strong, healthy heart. Now I think my heart rate, I don't know, it's probably in the 60s, which when I was in my eating disorder, I took pride in my low heart rate because I was like, that means I'm running a ton of miles. That means I'm in shape. That means I'm skinny. But now I'm like, ooh, that was really bad. I could have died. And I don't want that for any of you guys. So I'm just trying to spread the message and tell you guys to get your heart strong. They should be. And now you know why they need to be and why low heart rate is bad. That's it. That's my episode. I just wanted to spread the word. I hope you guys are more informed. And if you're still here, good on you. I hope you gave this video a thumbs up and are sharing this on your socials and are connecting with me on my socials as well, which again are linked down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace the heck out.